What's going on, peoples? Another Friday. Let me get these groups in. You know how I do. The more the merrier. Got to get these groups in. TGI Friday, man. Yeah, Friday's like the best day, especially if you working in, you get off of work. Philly Casino in the building. I see you, baby, locked and loaded. Let me do my little shenanigans. Then I'ma call you in, big bro. Just be ready to handle, man. We gotta work today, man. We gotta give these people this work. Shout out to JK in the building. Everybody tapping in. Much love, much shout outs. I'm glad y'all tuning in, man. The more the merrier, man. We gonna give y'all a great show. Douglas Bender in the building, the Philly kid. We can't wait to get you back in the game come January. We waiting on you, bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, let me let a couple people in, then we gonna start this marvelous show, man. My man Suge Knight always tapping in. Right before he go to work, he tap in. Much love, Suge Knight. You know how we do, baby. You know how we do. And I got your G-Man this week. That's one of my free plays. So you might want to watch the free plays because I got your G-Mans. Brian Breezy in the building. The super duper OG. Back in the days when Artie was doing it. When Artie was doing it, Breezy was out here, bro. That's real talk, man. Yeah, man, just shouting out everybody, man. Then we going to start the show, man. Let the peoples come in. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all hear me clearly, man. If y'all see any defects here, any defects, let me know so I can stop it, you know what I mean, while I'm ahead, man. Oh, man, we got Nena in the building. Loca, I see you, Loca. Rest in peace to your brother, man. Sorry to hear that. It's never good when somebody passes away, especially up in the family, man. Steve Levine in the building. Okay, now we got people in the building. Let me give the message of the day, then we're going to start this marvelous show. You know how we do it. Message of the day. Never sign a dotted line unless you are 100% sure of what you signing. Don't let your man talk you into signing nothing. Don't let a great business talking man make you sign the dotted line. Whenever you're going to sign something that's very important, a car, your career, a job, make sure you run that through a lawyer. Because if you don't have the knowledge, nothing wrong with that. Don't feel embarrassed to tell the person who's going to capitalize on you that you want to have your lawyer present. That's the problem with us. We scared to admit that, myself included, when I was younger. Because I didn't want them to know, I didn't know what I was signing, so I just signed it off just cause, and then next thing you know, I'm fucked for the next 2-3 years. Make sure you have a representative, man. Make sure you have a representative when you're signing a dotted line. I see you, Sinbad. All right, let's go. Let's start the show, man. Al Your Sports, man. The raw truth. Yeah, every Friday, man. Ain't nothing changed, man. I'ma keep delivering goods to y'all until I can't no more. And that's gonna be a long time from now. Because God's making me healthier, man. I'm getting older, but I'm feeling like I'm getting healthier. You feel me? Let me just grab this energy. I'm trying to grab some energy right now. I've been sick all week. Body aches only though, but I'm feeling really good today, man. Alright, here you go. And I can let this shit play the whole show, real talk, man. Alright, let's get serious, man. This is my little moment where I get the bug out a little bit. Now it's back to work, man. Okay, let me start off by giving go to YouTube, like, share, subscribe. You know, hit the notification bell. Y'all know what it is, man. Make sure that y'all tap into YouTube, man. YouTube is very important, man. I be trying to explain that to y'all, man. As much as y'all tap into Facebook, tap into the YouTube, man. Shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Las Vegas, New York City, LES to the death. Nueva York. Shout out to my man Sam, the man from M Studios, my little man. That's my nigga right there. Price Tag Entertainment and Media. Cycle Breakers, my man John Figueroa. Mac One Beats with the Butter Beats. Open sessions and giveaways, like I always tell y'all, the more the merrier. Alright, let me give y'all an update. Like I said, people that want you to win help you win. My man Price Tag Entertainment and Media. He's throwing a party on New Year's Eve. I told you already. Featuring Young MC, Tone Loc, Kid and Play, and Blackstreet. They throwing it in Fremont Experience. By Fremont, you know where Fremont is at in Las Vegas. If you want tickets, make sure you call my man Plu at 916-889-6232. 916-889-6232. You can meet and greet. You don't want to just go over there. You want to call my man. You want to know what you're getting into. He'll let you know exactly where you at with it. And it's going to be a great experience at Fremont Experience. Let's start the show. We're going to start off with sad news. Our old NBA great George McGinnis just left us recently. Hall of Fame forward, averaged 20.2, 11 rebounds, 3.7 assists. A two-time ABA champion, 6-time All-Star. He got 3 in ABA, 3 in NBA. A great scorer, had a funny shot. Died at the age of 73 due from complications from cardiac arrest. Rest in peace, George McGinnis. It's always sad, like I said, when somebody goes, but unfortunately, people gotta go. Other news. Texas Rangers, we're gonna go to the Diamond. Right-handed pitcher Max Scherzer is gonna be out for half a season. He went surgery on a herniated disc on Thursday. He took it a herniated disc, and he's gonna be out half the season. But it's all good because they just won a championship, and as long as they can contend until he comes back, they'll be ready to make another run. Max is an animal. Y'all know Max. Other news. LA Dodgers and the Tampa Bay Rays reached an agreement on a trade to send frontline starter Tyler Glasnow, 10-7 with a 3.53, and outfielder Manuel Morgat for 2 basically unproven people like Ryan Pepute and outfielder prospect Johnny DeLuca. But one thing about the Rays, I don't sleep on the Rays. We might not know these young guys who they got for the guys they traded for. They know them. They're the best in picking up the young talent. Nobody's as good as Tampa Bay Rays on knowing when your time is up and when to go after some young cats. So they must see something in these Dodgers young cats to give up a great pitcher like Glasnow, who recently signed an extension for 5 years, worth 135 M's. So now the Dodgers got their ace, as long as Glasnow can stay healthy. Hold up, Felix. I'm going to call you in about 3 more minutes. Okay, Miami Dolphins center Connor Williams will miss the rest of the season. Torn ACL. Let me run through these reports real quick. Los Angeles Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert out for the year. They fired their coach Staley, fired their defensive coordinator. I mean, they are in dismantle. They are the worst team in football with the best talent, but it will get fixed quickly once they get my boy Bill Belichick. You see. Other news real quick. Pirates agree on a 1-year deal with first baseman Rowdy Tellez. Tellez, 28 years old, a little heavy, but got stick. Signed a 1-year deal. And before I even move on, I was going to give you this other stuff. I'm going to just pass on. I got to make this point real quick. My boy hit me up again, the LeBron cat. I hate bringing up this subject because y'all know I killed this shit. But this is hilarious, though. You got to hear what he told me. He said, yo, you heard what Nick Wright said about him, right? I said, Nick who? Nick Wrong? He said, no, Nick Wright. I said, what he said now? He said that LeBron James never lost the first round, playoffs. And that Michael Jordan, in his first 6 years, couldn't get past the first round. So I said, what that mean? What that mean? Yeah, what that mean, LeBron? I said, what that mean? Did he win anything? Did he win anything? Okay, he got past LeBron in the first 6 years. But did he win a championship? My man, my wife might scream at me for using this example, but I got to give you an example because that's what I do. I'll break it down. That's like 2 guys hang with the same girl. One guy kisses her, the other guy fills her up, but nobody scores. So I don't get it. What's your point? If you ain't talking about berries and chocolate and strawberries, I don't want to hear nothing. He ain't win no championship. What the fuck does that mean? What I know is that he's been to 10 championships and lost 6 times. He had to look at other cats hug each other, cry of happiness while he walked off upset. Jordan ain't never do that. Jordan never gave nobody the privilege on championship days to walk off with a ring next to him. Never. It didn't even take him more than 7 games. 6 games max. I don't know where these guys keep coming. Sooner or later, they're going to say, oh, LeBron had a better haircut, so he should be the GOAT. LeBron had better socks on. Dog, leave this shit alone, dog. I don't even know why I'm bringing this up, but it's just, it aggravates me that LeBron fans continue to look for shit to try to make him the GOAT. Guys, I'm sorry for the guys that heard us a million times. I apologize. I really do. But this should be irking me, man. Felix, where you at? More Guillory in the building. I'll see you, big dog. And taking none away from LeBron, because what he's doing right now is incredible. It's incredible what LeBron's doing. He's not the GOAT, though, dog. He ain't do it the best at the best moment. We play for championships. I told my man that. You're playing for championships. You're not playing to make the playoffs. You're not playing for the fun of the game, the love of the game. Everybody plays to win, like we all wake up to make money. Bottom line. Let me get my boy Felix up in here. Don't go nowhere, guys. Get my man Felix. What's up, big dog?
What's up? How's everyone doing?
Let me throw the plugs on. Because all I see is your like, I don't hear no voice. I just see mouth movement. Hello?
You hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you clearly. How you doing, first of all, my brother?
I'm good, man. I'm feeling a little under the weather, but I'm good, man.
Yeah, my body was aching all week, but we got to do what we got to do, right or wrong?
Definitely.
Okay, let's jump right into it. I got hungry, thirsty sports fans. They don't want to just hear how we doing. They want to hear what the fuck we got to talk about. I see you got an angle on this huge Shohei Ohtani pickup. And I want you to explain to the people, why is it a great deal for the Dodgers? Because everybody think right now that the Dodgers are crazy. But you're going to present them with information that'll hopefully let them see it different. Talk to us.
It's called the greatest, probably the greatest contract ever put together in sports history.
Wow.
Listen, the money sounds crazy, and I'm sure a lot of people will agree that there's no athlete worth that type of money, one individual. And I'm not a big, I don't support that either, but the way they put this contract together, you're going to see a lot of suits follow, because this is the best contract put together, because a lot of this money is deferred, means it comes after his playing days, and that means that the Dodgers have flexibility and they have room to go out there and build a team around him. It's crazy.
Okay, hold up. Pause. For the fans that don't know what defer means, like you try to explain that to me. I told you ain't got to explain that to me. Explain it to the people that don't know what that means.
It basically, it's money given to him at the end of his playing days. Listen, he's going to get his first 10 years with the Dodgers. He's getting $2 million a year. That's it.
So he's going to make $20 million over a 10-year span.
That's it. From 2024 to 2033, it's $2 million a year. Now, in 2034 to 2043, they're going to pay him $68 million a year. But
I want to know what they're going to do when them days come. But
this is the thing, that money is not going to affect the Dodgers as far as their luxury tax. It's not going to affect them as far as like money that's going to hurt them on their payroll for those years. So they can go out and get other players. You know what I'm saying? They can build, a team well after his playing days. But during these 10 years, Ohtani's there, these 10 years, They got money to stack up and bring in other key players, other stars, and like I said, it's a great structure of a contract. Now another thing is this: Ohtani's going to end up saving about $100 million in taxes because California got one of the highest taxes. But in 2034, if he relocates, he pays taxes according to where he's living. So he could go and take his shit to Japan. He could go to Dubai. Positive.
You sure?
Positive. He doesn't have to pay.
I'm gonna give you an example.
Yeah.
I had child support in New York. I moved to Vegas. I still have to go by New York rules.
Listen,
so the contracts with the Dodgers, it should stay in LA, is what I'm saying.
It's not. Listen, as long as he relocates by 2034, he pays the tax according to where he lives. So that means when he finishes with playing for the Dodgers, he could go move to a state or a country that taxes are really low.
Well, I'm gonna look that up. I'm not saying you lying, but I gotta look that up. I gotta look. And my man Mark Guillory also agreeing with me. He's saying that's not true. But listen,
look it up.
She say no, but that's not what's important. What's important is he's gonna get $68 million from 34 to 43, which fucking is incredible. And you got guys to be like, yo, why is he taking $2 million? Because his endorsement deals is crazy too.
He's trying to make up.
This guy is money. He's gonna bring money. The parking lots went up. The fucking seat tickets went up. Everything's going up. The jerseys, he's already the best-selling jersey already.
Yeah, he's got a mega long-term deal with New Balance. He makes over 50 million endorsements. So I mean, so talk about a mega contract like this for one individual. You can't orchestrate it and put it together better than this. But what happens now is all these other superstars that want, gonna go after this type of money, like the Soto next year. The Japanese pitcher that's trying to, everybody's trying to get the Yamamoto.
Yeah.
I mean, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if their contracts now go in the same direction as far as deferred, where a lot of the money comes later on. But it helps. What that does, it helps an organization basically build around that individual because they're gonna have money.
No. What he did was so unselfish because these ball players today, I hate to say it, everybody's out to get theirs, and they want their shit now. Like that credit card commercial. Yeah. I want my money and I want it now. They want it now. What I respect about the boy is that he's deferring money, knowing that tomorrow ain't promised. And he's doing that for the better of the team, like you said, which would let the Dodgers be able to sign people. Now, they got still a couple people with huge contracts, Freeman, Mookie Betts, and they just signed Glasnow today, 5 years, 135. But by him doing that let them get Glasnow deals done.
Exactly, and you're able to you're able to build around Ohtani for the next few years. Now I'm gonna say this: 10 years in LA, anything less than 2 chips is a failure. Anything less than 2 chips, I'm thinking 4 or 5 chips. If they go to 10 World Series and don't win one, it's failure. So
no, I'm not gonna say that.
Yo,
if they, know how much money they're gonna make. I know they want to win that ring.
But it's about getting that.
Clear his money, dog. I mean, way clear it. They'll be happy. But yes, they do want the ring at the end of the day.
You need some chips in this.
Now let me ask you something. When realistically, I don't have the proof. When will he be able to pitch again? In 2025 or 2026?
I don't think he's pitching this year.
No, 2024, he's out. He's out.
Yeah, he's out. 2025. But that medicine, technology today, and some of these guys are coming back from crazy injuries better than others. And you got to remember, Japanese players, they got the healing medicine out there in Japan. There are a lot of players here in the States be going out there to try to get better quicker. So he, who knows? Everybody's different.
Right. Okay. So Do the Dodgers win a championship in the next 3 years? I'm just asking you.
I'm gonna tell you right now, they're hands down favorite to win this year. That lineup is like, with Betts and Ohtani, Freeman, Will Smith, Max Muncy. I mean, that Christian Taylor, they're loaded, and then they just signed another horse as a pitcher. Now, I always say one thing about baseball: it doesn't mean nothing. For baseball, it's always about the hottest team at the end of the season with the healthiest, best pitching.
Oh, we know that. Look at the Atlanta Braves. Atlanta Braves got the best lineup.
That's it.
They fought to the Phillies, so we know how that go down.
Yeah. So baseball for me, you got that. It's like if you're hot at the right time and you got good arms, you're capable.
Yo, Brian said his deferred money is making Bobby Bonilla's money look like $5 a day.
It does. Yo, but you know what?
That's the Bobby Bonilla contract, though.
And Bobby Bonilla did the same thing. But the thing is, like, at a lesser scale. But that's a smart move, man. I mean, a lot of these athletes need to protect themselves from themselves, and the best thing is to have money at the end. Is do that deferred payments.
But when you see, let me tell you something. Ohtani got great reason to defer money. His endorsement shit's through the roof, dog.
Yeah,
everybody's not gonna have that privilege.
Right.
So a guy that don't have that privilege, it's gonna be harder for him because, like I said, tomorrow ain't promised, Felix.
No, it isn't. But you know what? You gotta think about it when you sign in that type of contract. First of all, an organization is willing to give somebody that money. The organization got to do what's best for them to survive. So this was a perfect example of how an organization keeps moving, keeps growing, and getting better while dishing out that type of money to the best player on the planet. So listen, they call it uncharted territory. This type of contract has never been. And listen, you got to give credit to his agent. His agent is Nes Bielo. That's the guy who represents Ohtani. He owns CAA Sports. He was drafted back in the 80s by Seattle. He didn't come out to become a major league player, but he is right now the number one sports baseball agent out there, and that's who represents Ohtani. That man gets credit for making this happen, and that's so props to his agent.
Just imagine when he comes back to pitch in 2025. I just got clarification from MG Raider that he wins the Cy Young Award and the MVP. Something I don't think that never been done. Did Babe Ruth ever do it?
No, man, I don't think there was those awards in those days. But listen,
so if he proves that off, dog,
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. He's gonna go to the World Series with the Dodgers this year. He's the DH. He's gonna carry them there, and in the World Series, they're gonna bring him out of the bullpen for the first time and pitch this year.
I don't know about that. I don't think they're gonna risk that. That's too much deferred money to be risking that. Listen, you know what I mean? Okay, so before we end with this conversation, we go to our next conversation. So you said they'll probably win a chip in the next 3 years. Yes. Okay, so overall, in your mind, it was a great look for the Dodgers then, right?
It's a great look for everybody. I mean, for the Dodgers, especially as an organization, to think about paying $70 million to one player a year. I mean, that's crazy. But the thing is that the way this was orchestrated, the way the contract is set up, it's the perfect for an organization. It's a win-win for everybody.
Okay. Let's move on real quick. Salute to Shohei Ohtani getting the bag. Yankees recently picked up Juan Soto and Trent Grisham for like 4 starting pitchers. Michael King, that we already know is going to be a stud. We've seen enough to know. As long as he's healthy, we know he's got great stuff. Long relief, short relief starter. They're going to make him a starter. Johnny Brito's a coin flip. Randy Vasquez a coin flip. Drew Thorpe ain't never pitched yet, but I heard high things about Drew Thorpe. And, of course, catcher Cal Higashioka, who I think is a smart catcher. He got a little pop. Now, this ain't a good trade if he's only going to be a rental. My understanding from what I read up is that they got a voice agreement, if there's such a thing, where he's going to let them be the first to holler at him, and that he said that more or less he's going to stay with the Yankees, because if he didn't say that, they were not going to give all this up or rent him. So my thing to you is, I know there's nothing guaranteed unless it's on paper, like Ohtani shit is on paper, documented. I hope trusting Soto pays off for us. I really do, because if he boasts on us, I mean, like I said, we could have gave up more. I see what we gave up. Maybe three might be somebody, two might not, but still, I wouldn't even give that up for 1 year for nobody.
I'm looking at it like this. The Yankees are so desperate right now, and with the terrible season they had last year, and I think the Steinbrenners, they feeling the pressure of the fans, saying how cheap they are, and they've let so many players go by to other teams that could have helped us. I think they had no choice but to make this deal for Soto. I don't see Soto signing with the Yankees. I think he's going to try. He's going to test free agency. He could sign after, while he's going through the free agency process. But I see him as the Yankees with the Yankees this year. And this is more like, let's try to win it this year. If the Yankees go out and get a great arm, if they get Yasamato, or they go out there and get another splash player.
Montgomery's out there. I'll go get Montgomery. He's the safest guy right now.
Yeah,
but he's a horse. We had him. Yasamato, we don't know nothing about him coming to us. We just seen video on him. That don't mean nothing in USA, my man. I don't care if we shut them down in the playoff. We know when we get in with Jordan Montgomery.
I hear you, but I look at Soto more as desperation. The Yankees had no choice but to get him, just sort of to make the fans in New York feel like, hey, we're going to do something. Because I think after last year's disaster season, but I tell you this, Soto, with the signing of Ohtani and the way that they did the contract, it's going to make other guys like Soto and those guys who are looking for those half a billion dollar contracts that know that organizations can now give them that money and they can still function as an organization. So I think Soto, the smart move is for him to wait, after this year, listen to what other teams have to offer. And it doesn't mean that the Yankees won't sign him, but he's got to go out there and listen to other teams, because now his $300 million that he wanted, he's up now to $500 million, because it can be done. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he can't pitch, so to me, you better chill out with that 500. But he do got a championship on his resume. The guy can fucking whip. You already know he can whip that little right field porch. But right now, if I'm the Yankee, if he blows up, meaning if he has a great first half of the season, I'm sitting him down and I'm saying, let's work something right now. Be ready to give you 400 now.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. With listen, you have to really read into the kind of structure of this contract, because what makes me think is, why hasn't this been thought of or done before? Because it makes sense. It makes sense. It doesn't tie and it doesn't set back an organization. But you know what?
Felix, but you're not understanding. These guys, they families, they want that money now, dog. You got families that $2 million a year ain't gonna cut it. Felix, I know $2 million is a lot for me and you.
Yeah, I hear you.
But
I know what you're saying.
Families 20 deep. That shit is chunk change for them, dog.
Listen.
The lifestyle they hold on, let me get a word. The lifestyle they're gonna live, it's nothing. But they want that bread now. They want that signing bonus, $50 million, right off the rip. Everybody don't got it like Ohtani.
But let me tell you, not everybody goes into that category with those contracts. Those contracts are only for superstars, guys like Judge, Trout, Soto, Ohtani. Those are the guys
like Aaron Judge, right? Aaron Judge got the big contract. Yeah. I know he was getting not pennies, but he was getting a little something. He was capable of doing a contract like this because he ran through some money already. But you got guys that really ain't. They really ain't taste the real bag yet. They want that money, dog.
Well, listen. These mega contracts like this are only for elite special players.
Yeah, you ain't ever going to see this again. $2 million. Without a signing bonus, no nothing.
No,
you ain't never going to see this again.
You ain't going to see. I can't think of another player that's going to be up for a contract that's going to be asking for close to $500 million. I don't know. After Soto, who's out there available that's going to demand that money? I don't know who it is. But I'm saying these contracts are not for
I can tell you one guy
everybody.
that if one guy continues to do good, that center fielder from the Seattle Mariners, man. That guy's real young. Rodriguez. He's real young, though. Let him have a couple of more breakout years. Yeah. That kid's going to be he's an animal now.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe the kid from Cincinnati, Eli, whatever. I mean, down the road.
The shortstop, right?
We never know. But I'm saying those contracts like this, that type of money that won't set back an organization, that's few players in between. It's not like a regular other superstar. He'll get the regular bag money. But you're talking close to $1 billion. Yo, those are contracts that have to be made up like this. You have to defer money.
All I know, my man George Steinbrenner was out here. Soto won't have to shop around. George will give him what he wants, but he better perform. Because George will talk about his ass in front of his face if he don't perform. That's why I love George. George call it like he see it. Rest in peace. A lot of people hated Steinbrenner, but he was real with it. And that's all you can ask a motherfucker is to be real with it. Who wins the American League and who comes out the National League? Then we're gonna hang it up, brother.
I mean, you got to go with the Dodgers in the National League. I mean, but like I say, I don't like to predict baseball.
Hold on. Yo, Cam, he meant Ellie Cruz. Cam, sometimes, to remember a million names like we do, some people, forget the name. So I'm not gonna knock my man for that. He meant Ellie Cruz from the Cincinnati Reds. That's what he meant. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not, predicting right now. I mean, like I said, the Dodgers with the Ohtani signing has to, they have to definitely be favored to win everything. But in the American League, man, I'm rooting for the Yankees. I'm a Yankee fan. But
let's not be biased. Let's be realistic.
Listen.
Because you think Pittsburgh Steelers are going to win it all. No, let's be realistic.
If the Yankees can go out there and get a quality arm, or maybe two, I'm going with the Yankees in the American League.
Okay, who comes out the National League?
I'm going with the Dodgers in Philadelphia. One of those two
I'm going
teams.
with Philly or Braves. Dodgers ain't going to make it because there's too much going on right now for them. But they will in the next couple of years. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Felix, any last words before we hang it up? Listen.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I got Mark Guillory on deck in case X can't come in. Mark Guillory's ready to come in. Any last words, my brother? Thank you for coming on. I know you sick. Thank you, brother. But any last words?
Listen, I'm going to send you the video that tells you about Ohtani being able to pay taxes according to where he lives if he gets out.
Send it to Mark Guillory because he's putting a lot of shit on the comments.
Listen, I'm going to send that to you, okay? Because I do my homework, baby. My real stats, real facts, baby.
No doubt, baby. Peace. My man, Felix Jacino, much love. Tell the wifey I said hello and have a fun night tonight and be careful.
Peace, my brother.
Okay, my brother. Felix Jacino, baby, a.k.a. Felix the Cat. We got Big Apple in the building. Apple, a.k.a. Apple means New York. The Big Apple, you know what it is. And, where my man at? Let me get my man X in the building. X. Hopefully we can get you in, X. Let's go. Let's talk some football now. Nobody go nowhere. We going to talk some football, so don't go nowhere. You want to go somewhere, you lose out. We got free plays. We got games of the week. You want to leave? Get the fuck out of here. You're going to miss out. I promise you. Oh, I think X got it right. Let's pray. Let us pray, baby. There he goes. What's up, baby?
What's up, my brother?
What's up with that fucking retarded ass phone you got? Shit want to work when it want to work.
Yeah, I know. I had to reset it before I came on, bro.
There you go. That's all I told you to do, brother. Is reset the motherfucker, man.
Hey, before we start, I want to send a special birthday shout out to my mom. She's going to be 71 this Sunday coming up. We're going to celebrate it and have fun. So I want to send a special happy birthday shout out to my mother.
Happy birthday to Miss Xavier. You already know what it is, dog.
Thank you,
Okay,
brother.
you ready?
Appreciate it. I'm ready. I'm ready, brother. I'm
Okay,
ready.
let's start right off. Let's go to the NBA. Hungry fans. They want information. Let's fucking give it to them.
All right.
What's up with Draymond Green? He fucking choked Rudy Gobert.
Oh, my
Puts
God.
him in the old dope fiend. Yo, we used to dope fiend like cats like that in school, my nigga.
Hey,
Yo, X, hold up. X, you ain't looking. You looking at the ceiling. Look at me. Yo, he dope fiend Gobert like a fucking, like we did motherfuckers in school for they fucking goof jackets, right?
That's the kind of chokehold I used to put dudes in at the clubs when I used to.
Yeah, niggas that owe money, right? But then he motherfucking swings at Nurkic. Talk about it was a reaction.
No reaction.
Yo, I'm not gonna go with the fact that they saying he needs help, Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
To me, that's all cap.
That's all bullshit. That's all
Draymond
bullshit.
know what he's doing. This is the issue with Draymond. I want everybody to listen. He know he can get away with shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like when a woman talks to her man a certain way, because she know her man ain't gonna knock her out.
Yeah.
Because first of all, a man might not hit a woman. One. Two is against the law to hit a woman. So women capitalize on that shit. So they keep pressing. So that's what he's doing. He getting little 3 games, 4 games, and right now I heard they calling him out. They want 25 games.
Well, they got him indefinite right now.
Dog, they talking 25 games, some John Morant shit. And it's dude.
Excessive.
I love Draymond. I love Draymond. But you got to stop what you're doing. You're hurting the game of basketball to a degree. People are tired of seeing that. I didn't even mention, hold up, dog. I didn't even mention the Mike Tyson knockout in the gym or Jordan Poole. I ain't even mention that.
Year, yeah. That ruined their season last year.
He knocked Jordan Poole the fuck out.
Yeah.
Dog, what do you think this shit is? Like you playing basketball, dog.
Listen, man, if Draymond wants to get into another sport, he can go to WWE, call their owners, see if they got a spot for him. Hell, he wants to do some celebrity boxing. Let him, man. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. He doesn't seem to understand. He's not only hurting himself, he's hurting the league. He's hurting his team because they can use him right now. Okay,
you know what got me mad,
he's their enforcer. He's their enforcer. He's a guy that does all the things that the other guys don't do. And you know, Steve Kerr can say what he wants that he doesn't need help. He knows exactly what he's doing. It tells you something that at the press conference after that game, nobody stood up for his action. Not even the coach, not the players, Steph Curry, nobody. No, they're tired of it. And I won't be surprised if their owner tries to get rid of him. Buy him out, waive him, trade him, whatever.
They're not going to do that. Well, what they got to do is just have him play basketball again.
Well,
he has to find himself.
He hasn't been doing that.
No, because he haven't got a suspension that really woke him up. This is going to really damage his pockets more. I mean, he already been damaged. From my understanding, he surrendered over 3 M's in fines. This alone is going to rock him, dog.
Yeah, well, he's going to miss game checks now.
25 game, 30 game. That might be another 3, 4 M's alone.
It might be even longer than that.
And let me tell you something. The only thing I wasn't feeling, because I call it like it is. This is the raw truth, right or wrong, my nigga.
Now, you're right, my
The only thing I wasn't feeling is that I wanted to see that gangster when Tristan Thompson was in his face. Yeah. He didn't want no smoke with Tristan Thompson.
I think what it is with him, he knows who to pull the shit off.
That's what it is.
He knows who to do it to.
Because he ain't do that shit with Tristan. I'm not saying Tristan is a thug, but Tristan wanted to pop. He called him out. Yo, what's up? Let's pop, dog. And he wasn't acting crazy then.
No. He
so
knows
that's why I'm knocking him at.
Listen.
If you're going to be like that with everybody.
I want to see him try that with guys like Charles Barkley and Oakley and Anthony Mason and Xavier McDaniels. I want to see him try with those
you
guys.
earn my respect. Look, at one thing I can say, I'm not the toughest dude. I never claim to be. But I rock like this on any show. You put me on any show, this is how I'm rocking.
That's who you
I'm
are.
going to keep it consistent.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not consistent enough for me. He's consistent in fucking up and doing stupid shit. But like I said, if I would have seen that with Tristan and he take it all away with there, then I would have been like, you know what? Dude's a thug for real, my nigga.
I mean,
like Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch is a real dude.
Yeah.
I met Marshawn Lynch when I was doing security He didn't even want me to walk him to his car, though. He goes, don't worry about me. I got it. Just like that.
Yeah.
Just like that, he told me. Then he threw me a $30 tip. Real talk. He said, thank you for the gesture. I don't need you. That's not Draymond. Draymond, he's capping. I'm going to keep it 100.
Yeah.
He capping, dog.
We know that. We all know
anyway,
that. Listen,
he's going to get what he deserves.
He's not a tough guy. And if that suspension lasts longer than 30 games, he did it to himself. Like I said, he hurt his team last year when he knocked out Jordan Poole in the preseason. That hurt the whole team dynamics last year. That's why they struggled. And the same thing this year. He got suspended for choking out Rudy Gobert. Now he's suspended indefinite. The team is 10 and 13.
Yo, no, he doped him like we did dudes back in the day. That shit was funny though.
Listen, that shit was funny. I did that to niggas. I did that to dudes in the club, bro. When they
X. We could do this all day. I want to get these NFL games in the weekend with you.
Let's do it.
Okay. We're going to go to NFL games of the week. These are lean, guys. These ain't the free picks. These are leans.
Okay.
7-6, Minnesota Vikings play the 7-6 Cincinnati Bengals. The line is -2.5.
Okay.
What's your take on this game? Let's cut corners. I got a lot of games for us to do.
This is going to be a good game. It depends on Justin Jefferson's health because I heard he got hurt again last week with a chest contusion. So Jake Brown has been playing excellent for the Bengals right now. He's doing what he has to do. He's not turning the ball over. I like the Bengals. Their defense is better. I think Jake Brown has a good rapport with Jamar Chase. Joe Mixon is running the ball well. I'm not sold on Josh Dobbs. You see who he is now. I think the Bengals.
No, Dobbs is not going. I'm looking.
Sorry.
Okay. You got Nick Mullins is going.
Nick Mullins, okay then.
Yeah, they already made the decision. Nick Mullins came in, saved them the last game. He looked really sharp, so he's going.
I like the Bengals. I didn't like the way the Minnesota played last week against the Raiders. So I think the Bengals with their defense, I think they're going to get in that backfield.
Yeah, I concur. I think the Bengals find a way. Brownie got to continue what he's doing. Don't turn the ball over to a good defensive team like the Minnesota Vikings. Let's go to our next game. 7-6 Pittsburgh Steelers versus the 76 Indianapolis Colts at Indy. The line is -1.5. Colts, talk to us.
Well, Pittsburgh is struggling. They've lost to two bad teams the last couple of weeks.
2-10s in a row.
But
if you know Pittsburgh, this is when they turn it around. That's one thing I'm worried about.
This is what I said. That defense can't score for you every game. They got to do something offensively. Najee Harris has been playing better. So has the other running back. They got some good receivers. I like their tight end.
Yeah, Warren's been running pretty good. Warren's been running
pretty good. Their defense, is top notch. This game in Indianapolis or in Pittsburgh?
Yes, it's in Indy.
You know what? I'm going to trust Pittsburgh. I think their defense is going to come through for them this time. Jonathan Taylor's been up and down all year. Michael.
Yeah, I think he's out too. I think he's
out also. Yeah. So, but I like Pittsburgh. I think their defense will carry them in this one.
Right. I think Pittsburgh finds a way. Win like a 1, 2, 3 point game. I think they find a way, but I wouldn't bet no money on it. I'm just saying. You're just speaking out loud. Okay. Game number 3. 7-6 Denver Broncos versus the 9-4 Detroit Lions at the Pontiac Dome. Lions are -4, 4.5, depending where you get the line at. Talk to us.
Okay. Ooh, the Lions, man. That's a up and down team, man. Even though they're 9-4, losing
not really
to the
up
Bears,
and down. They just had a few bad games.
Losing to the Bears again, looking bad against the Bears.
Yeah, that was tough. By the way, I gave the Bears out. I like the Bears that day.
Yeah. Okay. Denver's been playing well. Russell Wilson's doing his job, man. He's doing what he has to do. I think that defense has improved since they gave up the 70 to Miami. But I think Detroit comes out on top. I think Jared Goff gets back on track.
Yeah, Denver Broncos definitely. Sean Payton changed the culture over there.
Yeah.
Took them a little while to change it. They're a tough team. They will battle to the end.
Yeah,
I think Detroit wins, but I wouldn't be surprised if Denver covered the spread. But I like Detroit to win the game.
This game's going to be a lot closer than people think.
Yeah, let's move on real quick. 6-7 Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 6-7 Green Bay Packers. I don't know if Watson's playing. The line is -3.5, 3 for the Packers. Talk to us.
Bad loss for the Packers Monday night.
Tell me about it. I would have been 3-0 on the show.
Yeah.
If they just win the game, I'm 3-0. I had them
It
on the
was a
teams
bad
of money, and
loss.
I would have went 3-0 on the show.
Yeah, I think. Listen, they still got a good defense like that. I think the defense is still good. Jordan Love has been not too impressive, but he's improved a lot during the year. A
Dog,
lot
when
better
I
than
put
he was.
stock in him, he don't show up. Like them
Yeah.
last 2 games, I didn't fuck with him. He looked like Montana.
Yeah.
I trust the motherfucker, and then I get this against
And then
the
he lays
Giants.
the
Like,
egg. It was just
he
a
let
bad
Danny
night for them
DeVito beat him.
overall. Yeah, I know. But I don't trust the Bucks, man. They've been too up and down all year. That defense, that offense, up and down. I like Green Bay. I think Green Bay, Jordan Love shows up this time. I think they win it.
Yeah, it's a big game for them. Coach from Green Bay Packers never lost a December game.
Yeah.
He was like 19-0. His first loss was
Until
to the
last week,
G-Man.
yeah. Oh, Jesus
So
Christ.
I think he gets it going. I know that's hard. It's hard to configure, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. Okay, let's go to a real big game. I like this game. A lot of people sleeping on this game. 10-3 Dallas Cowboys versus the 7-6 Buffalo Bills. The Bills are favored -2, -1.5. Talk to us.
Well, congratulations, Cowboys. You finally beat a good team. Even
Couple
though the
good
Eagles,
teams.
couple
We
good
beat
teams. But,
Seattle, and then we beat
the Sea Chickens are who they are.
they falling.
This is gonna be probably the best game of the day. I think so. The Cowboys coming in hot. Dak is playing out of this world. I think the key here is going to be how they do. I think Buffalo has 2 defensive backs not playing this weekend. They're out for them.
They got people hurt
They
every
got
week.
Hyde and the other guy. I think Dallas wins this in a very close game. I think it's going to be a back and forth game. If Josh Allen is on and running that ball like he can, and they got Stephon Diggs on the other side catching, it's going to be a tough game for Dallas. But I like Dallas in a close game.
Okay, this is going to be one of my free plays, so I'm going to have y'all wait for the free play segment. Okay, let's go real quick. 10-3 Baltimore Ravens versus the 8-5 Jacksonville Jaguars. Huge game for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
The line is Ravens -3.5. Talk to us.
Very huge game for Jacksonville. They cannot lose this game with Indianapolis. I think it's a game behind them.
Maurice, stay for my free plays, Maurice. Stay to my free plays.
I think Jacksonville needs this, but I see the Ravens coming out on top. Too much Lamar Jackson, and he's clicking with Odell Beckham right now. So I think Jacksonville takes them.
I think this is going to be one of those funny games. I remember a couple years ago, I put a lot of money on Baltimore Ravens in this kind of game. Money line, I think it was the same spread. And Sunshine just came through late. I mean, he came through late, upset them. I think it's going to be one of those kind of games. But even if they don't win, I think they cover the 3.5, though.
Okay.
You understand me? Baltimore
I understand,
wins maybe about 1 or 3 points. But I don't think they're going to win more than that. Okay, last but not least, you got the 10-3 Philadelphia Eagles versus the 6-7 Sea Chickens. The line is -3.5 for the Eagles. Talk to us.
Well, Philly. They had a 4-game stretch that was rough, man. I mean, they beat some good teams. They lost to Dallas. They lost to San Francisco in blowout fashions. This team looked tired when they got to Dallas last week. They looked tired. They looked beat up. This is the perfect schedule, these last 4 games for Philadelphia. They're going to get healthy. I think this is going to be a runaway game for them. I don't see the Seahawks keeping up with them.
The Eagles have to bust out. They got blown out 2 times in a row.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the game they get it all figured out, but it might not be easy early. If Geno and them could get a lead, watch out.
Well, is Geno playing? Because he didn't play last week.
Well, if he's not playing, I love the Eagles. Lock been doing all right, but Geno's better. Geno always hurt it. It might be game time decision. I don't know. I didn't read up on that. But if Lock is quarterback, I definitely like the Eagles to win this game. And Lock is okay, but I like Geno better.
I agree with you, but I think this is the game for the Eagles to bust out.
If Eagles go up 7-zip, it's a wrap. But if Seattle go up, you might have a game. That's the thing.
Yeah, you might. Yeah,
the crowd's going to get in it. You know, they hungry. They still think they can make the playoffs. I think they lost 5 in a row, something like that. They were 6-2. Now they 6-7. So if they know in their mind if they could get another win, they back in the playoff talk.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I just think that the Eagles they got to come back, dog.
They do. I think they will. I think that's too good of a team. Too much talent on that team for them to lose another game.
But the only thing is Monday night, primetime football, anything can happen.
Yeah, that's true. No, you're
I've
right.
seen
Hey,
all these dogs. Matter of fact, like 5 underdogs won in a row.
look,
The only favorite that won is the team that scored 0 points last week, which was the Raiders.
you're the Raiders.
I mean, this shit
But
is so
listen,
unpredictable, my dude.
and then they came back last night and scored 63 on the
63
Chargers.
on a 34 total game. But anyway, I know you wanted to talk about Ohtani. I told you my man had it. I'm gonna
No,
give
it's
you.
good. It's good.
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you 1 minute. Go ahead, whatever you gotta say, cause I gotta do the free picks.
Hey, the one smiling on this is Juan Soto, because you know Scott Boras is going to ask the Yankees for the world now. I don't like this contract. $700 million, 10 years. Then you get to defer that. I understand the deferment part and everything, but I don't like this contract. You're going to build this team around this guy. Number one, he had great talent. He didn't have great talent, but he had Mike Trout with him in Los Angeles. He's not going to pitch until 2025. 2 Tommy John surgeries. So that I think that's a bad contract for them, to be
And I'm
honest.
gonna be honest with you, he's not a leader.
He's not. He's not.
He's a
He really
great
isn't.
ball player, but he's not a leader. But I don't think that's going to be a problem in LA when you got Freeman and Mookie over there
Yeah.
who are leaders.
Yeah. I
Would
think
you
so.
agree? And
I
Trout's
agree.
not a leader either. Trout's on some,
No, Trout's not
I'm
a
not
leader
trying
either.
to get
Yeah.
hurt shit. Like, Trout is like a diva.
Yeah. Yeah,
No,
he
real
is.
talk.
He is.
Trout's like a dude, like,
I
he
think
reminded
the
me of
problem
Stephon Marbury when he
were
was
both,
in New York.
They were both divas. They were both divas over
Yeah,
there.
when Marbury was in New York, the whole Knicks team
Yeah.
would sit in the back, and Marbury would sit in the front with a
Yeah.
pink polo shirt. Like, dog, you ain't with the team. And that's
Yeah,
how
you're
why
right.
Trout reminds me. But yo, listen, X, great work. I got a lot of shit I got to cover.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
brother.
Great work. I'm glad your phone worked. Cut me off. If you got any last words, oh, yeah, happy birthday to your beautiful mother one more time.
Thank you,
And
brother. I appreciate it.
enjoy your weekend, my brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for having me on, brother. We'll talk
Got you,
again.
X. You already know. You keep delivering them goods, you're going to keep on. Just keep
I
bringing them
got you,
goods in.
brother. I
Okay,
got you,
my brother.
All right, later, man.
X-Man in the building, baby. Okay, guys, now we're going to go to the free plays. Maurice, this is something you want to look at. I'm going to go to my little man, the R. They call him the R, just like Russell, but the R. He likes Southern Miss tomorrow, -2.5 versus Ohio. Find the 2.5. There's 3s and 2.5. Find the 2.5. Game 1. Game 2, he likes Boise State, UCLA under 48. So I'll finally get a totals guy. Under 48 in the Boise State, UCLA bowl game. And then last but not least, my boy Maurice is going to like this. He loves the Chicago Bears. He likes the money line at +140. But I told him on my show, I'm going to give a +3 just in case they lose by 3. You don't give out a loser. He said, fuck that. Get a money line and give the 3. I said, okay, I'll tell him to bet both evenly, but it's +140 for the Bears. Now, my man B Rabbit, Noah Parker, I couldn't find him. Probably lost in the golf course somewhere. No, I got B Rabbit. B Rabbit likes the 49ers -12.5 versus Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. Little scary here because if Kyler gets going, Kyler usually turns it up against the 49ers. They just can't sack that baby feet little dude. But 49ers, they got to keep winning to sustain that number 1 spot, and Arizona got to keep losing if they want to get Harrison Jr. So 12.5 is still steep for me, but he likes the 49ers at 12.5. Game number 2, he likes the Detroit Lions -4, 4.5 over the Broncos. Try to find the 4. If you can find the 4, it's better than the 4.5. And then last but not least, he likes the Baltimore Ravens -3. If you could find 3, because I've seen 3.5 too, over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, Al York, I'm going to take the New York Football Giants. I want you to buy 1 point. I love them at +7. It's going to cost you like -130, 125. I don't give a fuck. I like 7. I think at worst they lose by 7 with Danny DeVito behind the helm. And plus they amped up in that big win against Green Bay. I think they could keep it close in Who Dat Nation, though I think New Orleans finds a way to win. My game number 2 is the biggest surprise of the day. I'm going to go against my Dallas Cowboys. I know my team. You see, I called a victory last week. I ate that. You know I ate that. 33-13. I said they would cover the 3.5. They will win easily, and that's exactly what happened. Sometimes I got to give myself a little bit of prop. Sometimes. I think this is a bad spot for them. And plus, why is Buffalo favorite? I don't care if they're at home. We all know Cowboys are the better team. I'm good with funny lines. This is a funny line. If the Cowboys win, you know what? I'll win anyway because that's my team. But I'm going to lose it with y'all. I like Buffalo. I'm telling you now, I like Buffalo. And last but not least, 6-point teaser. I like bringing the Jacksonville Jaguars to plus 9.5 or 9. If you get 9, fine. Find the 3.5 to bring them to 9.5. And I like the Rams from 6.5 to 0.5 versus Washington. I think Washington gives them a good game, but Matthew Stafford and them, they're playing for a playoff spot. They have to win this game in SoFi Stadium. Bottom line. All right, let's go to our spinoff. Hold up, give me a minute. You know what? I'll put this in a little while. Let me give y'all some names real quick before we do the spinoff. Guys, don't go nowhere. I'm gonna come back with the summary. Y'all know what it is. Right now, leading round 4. You got Ghost at 9. You got Brian 4 at 9. You got Sess at 8. Autumn at 7. Sinbad at 7. And then you got a bunch of people with 6, 5, and 4. So I gave y'all the updates on who's leading the spinoff, and let the best person win. All right, let me just take this down. Give me a minute. Yeah, remember, man, I'm a one guy. I'm a one-man band, guys. Give me a minute. Smells really good, like wifey starting to cook now. Ain't nothing like having a good dinner right after the show. Hold up, guys. I got you. Let me just put the music on and we ready to rock, man. All right, here we go. Let the best person win. Let's get it. Got an update. San Antonio. Giveaway 2. 21 through 40. Let's get it. Wow. Turn this bad boy around real quick. Yeah, Keith Vega came through. The OG, Miss Autumn. The contest continues. No champion yet. This probably like the best race I had since probably giveaway 1 and round 1. You know what I'm saying? So this is just, it's great. I like when it, it's like a dog fight. But let me go through the summary real quick. Salute to Sal. I see you, baby. God bless you, the family. I see Michael Quinn's tapping in. I appreciate everybody tapping in. You might want to watch the show all over. This is the last part of the show. But let me give you a quick summary. Let me say it correct. Summary. We bring in Phyllis Jacino. He gave y'all the whole breakdown on Shohei Ohtani's deal, the deferred money, why it is a good contract, because a lot of people saying it's a horrible contract. It's too much money. But when he gives you the breakdown of the deferred and how the Dodgers are able to continue to get more people, you know what I'm saying, during this, after signing them, because of the deferred money, it makes a lot of sense. Not too many people got the ability to defer their money 10 years later, like Shohei Ohtani did. Then we jumped on a Soto deal, which he gave the Yankees his word that he's going to talk to re-signing, but it's not documented. It's just words. So if he want, he could flip and bounce on us right after the season, just straight up bounce. And I don't think we gave the house for him, but we gave some good young arms for him. And I wouldn't do that for no 1-year rental. So I'm hoping if he has a blowout half a season, we just step to the plate and we offer him this bread and be like, yo, dog, you don't have to go test the market. Here, we're blessing you. That's what I'm hoping. because we got to keep Soto here. We got to keep Soto and Judge, and we're going to be very competitive in the future for the New York Yankees, because right now our bats ain't doing it. And Soto with Judge healthy, and then we get all these parts around him, everybody can get better pitches, will be a way better hitting team. That's how that works. Then we bring in X-Man. X-Man covered Draymond Green situation. You know, the guy's got to chill out. The guy's not doing basketball no more. And I don't think he has a problem. I think he just get away with shit, like I said earlier, like a female that knows her man ain't going to hit her, so she keep yelling in his face and swinging at him. You know, it's one of those kind of things where he knows they're not going to give him a huge suspension. But I think that stops right now. All that little 3-game, 2-game, I think he's going to get a taste of 20, 25 games. And if he don't, then the NBA ain't doing what they're supposed to do. I like Draymond, but you can't be swinging at cats that don't even be fighting like Nurkic. That shit was whack to me. Now, if you beefing with a guy that like the beef, like a Steven Jackson kind of cat, and you did that, Tristan Thompson, then I'm all for it. Y'all both are getting at each other in the middle of the court. But you swinging at a dude that never fights, dog, you don't get no points for that. That's some real bully shit, and I hope that you pay for that, bro. And then last but not least, X covered game of the week. We gave y'all leans every game, and then I gave y'all the free picks, and y'all know what it is. And all I want to say is TGI Friday, Al York Sports, the raw truth, no drinking and driving. And I'm about to eat my wifey's cooking. That I can smell it right now. It's almost done. I love you people. I'll see y'all next week. I might give y'all a pop-up video on Monday. I'm still debating. Hold your heads. Maurice, time to get you in the program. Let's start you next week, brother. Hold your heads, y'all.